Lourdes Colón es una actriz sobreviviente de cáncer y el personaje principal del documental que relata su jornada, en la cual ella es tratada con medicina integrativa. En adelante, Lourdes y el elenco visitan Milwaukee y asisten a un evento de alfombra roja en el Teatro Oriental para la presentación de este film. El famoso actor Esai Morales es el productor ejecutivo y el esposo de Lourdes es el escritor y productor.
Never, ever lie to me.
I even got put on the ballots to be considered to be a nominee for an Emmy on my role as Anna Rodriguez on Without a Trace. So I was doing pretty good, and I was really excited about how my life was going. And then I was filming this movie called The Kiss, that I star in. And we did a lot of night shoots. And I started realizing that I had this exhaustion that was unnatural. And the moment the doctor tells me that I have cancer, it was like, as she was explaining to me the procedures that they're going to take, I immediately just started thinking about all the things I need to do so that I can do it differently. And I thought there's got to be a better way. I don't want to do it the traditional way. And I at this moment have the chance to now have the opportunity to inspire the world, to show them there's better ways and other ways to doing it, and not just the conventional way. I can show people that these things spread by doing it myself and allowing the cancer to spread, and then try to knock it off afterwards.
Lourdes Colón fue una paciente que tuve hace 2 años. Ella fue a la clínica, ella tenía non-Hodgkin's linfoma, etapa 4, este tipo de cáncer. Estaba por todo el cuerpo, y como la sangre está por todo el cuerpo, quiere decir que las células malignas estaban totalmente en todo el cuerpo de ella.
Lourdes always wanted to make a difference in the world. It was always her goal to make an impact on the world. And we always felt like that was going to come through her acting. And when she got diagnosed with this, she said that she said 2 things very clearly. She was going to fight her cancer naturally. She wasn't going to do conventional medicine. And she wanted to document the journey of her doing so.
You know, I thought the only thing I was going to have to fight was cancer. That was it. I got to fight cancer.
I was a little bit resistant to her going to natural. And it got to a point where I decided that I could either support my wife in her decision, or I could fight with her to make it that much harder.
Well, when I started to do the documentary, I started picking up a camera myself. So I recorded myself. I had my husband record it. He did a lot of it because he became the director of the documentary. My daughter did it, lots of my friends. So I told my husband and my daughter and everybody, said, look, I don't care how bad it gets. If I'm dying, you record it. If I'm fighting for my life, you record it. If it gets really ugly, you record it. If it looks great, you record all the process, the good and the bad.
Our first stages was just to record everything. We weren't even 100% sure what the outcome was going to be. And I guess that was the worst part for me, because usually when it comes to film or documentaries, you know pretty much where you're going, you know which direction you're shooting towards. And with this one, there was a level of fear, because you just don't know what's going to happen. The hardest moments for me to film were when she got at her absolute worst. And that was more because I wanted to take care of her, and I just wanted to be there for her. She made me promise that to film everything no matter what. So just to make it a priority to keep filming and keep filming, which is why some of the footage that we shot, you see her in a coma and you see her at her absolute worst, you see her barely able to breathe. That was because she made me make a commitment to her that we would just document and keep documenting. We thought that we were making a documentary about fighting cancer naturally. Like, that was our original premise to do so. But what happened was, at some point in time, it became about love and relationships. And the real story was Lourdes' journey itself, was because she has such drive and determination. That's what people will see with this. They'll be touched, moved, and inspired. They'll know that life is worth living, and they'll know that no matter what, you do what you set out to do.
Muchos me dijeron a mí, porque vi tu documental, ahora yo sé que yo puedo hacer cualquier cosa. Yo pensé que si me digan a mí que tengo cáncer, que eso ya estaba el fin. Por ahora, viendo tu documental, ya yo estoy bien claro que sí se puede pelear y que sí se puede ganar.
Ella no tiene cáncer ya. Ella está totalmente curable del cáncer. Ella está bien en ese aspecto. Lo que quiero que la gente sepa es que tiene opciones, que busque opciones, que no se vaya con lo primero que le digan.
Bueno, el salud mío está mejor que antes de enfermarme de cáncer, porque ya aprendí lo que tenía que hacer para cuidarme, tener buena salud. Pero no, el cáncer ya se fue.
Para mí el motivo de ayudar a cualquier persona, pero específicamente un actor, una actriz como Lourdes, porque está sufriendo. La condición humana, cuando un amigo o una amiga sufre, hacemos lo que podemos hacer para ayudar a esa persona. Y en eso me interesó mucho apoyar sus esfuerzos, no solamente en combatir el cáncer, pero en documentar esta historia que la mayoría de la gente no entienden.
The documentary, Create Option C, My Journey with Cancer, has been nominated 3 times, it has won twice, and there's several other medias that are now looking into it for about distribution.
What this documentary did is it really brought us closer together, much closer than we were before. And so it had that side effect that we're actually a much closer marriage than we ever were because of it. So.
Para mí, Create Option C is taking fear out of the equation, educating yourself, knowing that no matter what the medical doctors say, doesn't mean that has to be the final answer. That, like for me, I had days left to live. And I took my life back into my own hands, and I'm standing here with no cancer, healthy as ever, and find other ways of fighting it and working with your body but not against it.
Say that she's gonna kick cancer's butt.